Developing overnight, Fairfax County Police report the death of a woman and the arrest of a man. Officers say that the domestic-related homicide happened in a Chantilly home on Brommel Court. Now, Fairfax County Police Captain Jesse Katzman provided details about this incident. Here's what he had to say.
Just prior to 8 o'clock tonight, our officers responded to a domestic call for service in which the husband had called the Fairfax County Police Department and reported a incident between him and his wife. When our officers arrived on scene, they located the husband and his wife, an adult female, who was declared deceased on the scene. The suspect has been taken into custody.
Inside the home?
There was a child inside the home, a juvenile child. He has been placed with a family member, and he too will receive whatever services are needed from us as well.
In a quiet Virginia suburb, police responded to a 911 call that would unravel a transcontinental love story turned fatal. A young mother, far from home, a husband, once a decorated soldier, and a little boy, the only witness to what happened behind closed doors. Kim White was born and raised in Parklands, a quiet middle-class suburb of Cape Town, South Africa. The daughter of a loving family, Kim was bold from a young age. Her brother Jason recalls how she defended him on the school playground, never afraid to stand her ground. She attended Trafalgar High, then Bluebird Grand High, excelling in academics and growing a love for teaching. Her dream? To travel, to teach abroad, and to inspire young minds. After completing her training, Kim moved overseas, first to San Diego, California, then to the United Arab Emirates, where she landed a teaching job in Dubai. It was in Dubai that Kim met Alexander Towne, a U.S. citizen of South African origin. He had served in the American military and was stationed in the region. To friends and family, it seemed like a fairy tale. Two South Africans reconnecting abroad, both ambitious, both building lives far from home. When Kim became pregnant, the couple decided to marry, in part due to Dubai's strict laws at that time around cohabitation and pregnancy outside of marriage. In December 2021, Kim and Alexander were married, but soon they would be on the move again, this time back to South Africa. The young family returned to Cape Town with their newborn son. They lived briefly in Milnerton, then settled in Gordons Bay, a scenic coastal town, but the challenges began to pile up. Alexander struggled with finding stability, and Kim was now a new mother in a change in marriage. Eventually, Alexander returned to the US, reportedly to arrange a visa for Kim and their son. For several months, Kim raised their child alone, navigating bureaucracy and long-distance strain. When the visa was finally approved, Kim followed her husband to the United States, settling in Chantilly, Virginia. Alexander had transitioned to civilian life. He was working as an analyst for the Defense Health Agency in Falls Church and receiving monthly disability payments from the VA. But according to sources close to the family, something wasn't right. There were signs. Kim seemed isolated, disconnected from support systems. Family back in South Africa grew concerned. Phone calls became brief. Some messages went unanswered. On the morning of May 24, 2025, police were dispatched to a home in Chantilly. Inside, they found Kim, unresponsive. She had been strangled to death. In the home was her 2-year-old son and Alexander Towne. He was arrested at the scene without incident and charged with second-degree murder. Authorities described the attack as the result of a domestic dispute, but the full truth of what happened in those final moments may never be fully known.
United States. White was killed allegedly by her husband Alexander Towne during a domestic dispute in May. According to reports, Kim was in the process of leaving the marriage when the incident occurred. Towne has since been charged and is in custody. Newsroom Africa's Valen Kirtley joins us now live for more on that story. A very good afternoon to you, Valen. A distraught family, no doubt.
Thank you very much, Ovuyo. Yes, a completely devastated mother and brother who I spoke to earlier on today, preferring to speak about the Kim that they knew growing up, happy, bubbly, somebody that was described as one that was a breath of fresh air and just being able to light up the room when she walked in. Still trying to come to terms with her passing and having spoken to her brother, 11 months older than her, and her mother, who is now in her 70s, the pain is still palpable. Here's what her mother had to say as I asked her about the moment when she was able to, when she got the news of her daughter's passing on the 25th of May.
And I'm seeing all these huge hurdles that I have to cross now: documentation, body, Hayden, funeral parlor. How, you know? How? All I can hear is my child saying, "Mommy, help me." And that's always what I dreaded. I want to be with my child if they need me, all my kids. If they call me, I must be there, you know. And what was did she call for Mommy? I'm sure she did. And I'm telling myself, even now I still breathe for her, so she could stay alive. Breathe hard, Kim. You should have breathed hard. You should have ran out. You should have yelled. You would have. She's a strong child. But I have to accept. I just can't.
Back in Cape Town, Kim's family was devastated. Her brother Jason described her as charismatic, resilient, and full of fire. Friends and former students flooded social media with tributes. A teacher who gave everything, even when far from home. Kim's story became a chilling reminder of how domestic violence can hide behind smiles and selfies, even across borders, even with education, even with hope. This story is not just about what was lost, it's about what we must protect. Kim White Towne was a teacher, a mother, a friend. Her life was rich with potential, and her death a haunting reminder of the dangers so many endure silently.